Okay, so we get asked this question all the time. What really is a living trust? Um, all it is really is a way to replace and do a better job of what you think your will is supposed to do. So in Arizona, a trust really is just a replacement for a last will and testament, and it does a better job of it. So here's how they work. Okay. You are in charge 100%. You set it up. You work with someone, you draft out, you get all your instructions in there, who's going to get things after you pass away and that kind of stuff, and who's going to be in charge of administering your wishes. But once you like sit down and sign the pages, you're in charge. Nobody's looking out over what you do. It's your money, it's your house, it's your investments. Nobody's involved at all. You basically don't change how you live your life. It's 100% the same. Okay, you go through the process, you set it up, you have to put your accounts and stuff in there, and your real estate and things. You have to make it owned by your trust, but then it's you. You're in charge, you're spending your money, you're living your life. You're not giving anybody any oversight, or nobody's watching out, nothing. You spend your money, save your money, give it away, do whatever you want. Nobody's looking. It's you. Then you just live your life. And that's all a trust does. And then if there's ever an emergency, then that's when it kicks in. Okay, that's when it kicks in, and it starts to act first as like your power of attorney. So whoever you named in your trust as your successor trustee, that person is basically going to start acting like your power of attorney. They're just going to pay your bills. They're going to do whatever that needs to happen with your money. Okay, making sure you're taken care of. Everything is taken care of for you. Period. They're not allowed to start, taking money out and using it for themselves. No. 100% for you. If you're married, then it's you and your spouse. And then, of course, when you pass away, it says where your stuff gets distributed, right? To your spouse if you're married, or to your kids, or split up with charities, however you want. So, and then that happens again, whoever you've designated as your successor trustee, then now it is they kind of act like your executor, right? But it's under a trust, so it's called a trustee. But then they're responsible for taking care of business and organizing and making sure all your affairs are carried out and that everything is distributed. They're 100% accountable for doing that job correctly. And there's a lot of, they have to make sure they do it correctly. They have to be very transparent with what they're doing, and they have to follow your rules. Nobody can change them after you're gone. It's set in stone after you're gone. So before you pass away, before the emergency happens, you can make any changes you want. Nothing is set in stone. You put it together the first time, and a year later you don't like it, you change it. A year later, 6 months later, 5 years later, whatever. You don't like it, you change it. Laws change, you change it. Nobody can stop you from changing it at all. And you don't have to even go back to the same lawyer to change it. You can, if you know how to do it, you can change it yourself, okay? The trust is super, super flexible, and it's way easier to change than a last will and testament if that's all you have. That's what a living trust is. It's called revocable because you can make changes whenever you want. It's called living because you set it up while you're alive, and it's a trust because it's trust. Make sense? Hope so.